Olá, novos e seminovos, velhos e semivelhos, eu sou o Eric Risato e este é o canal Som do K7. E hoje você vai conferir a primeira entrevista internacional do canal com ANNERLEY GORDON. Ela que na década de 90 fez bastante sucesso, compôs muita coisa. Dentre suas composições está The Rhythm of the Night, emprestou sua voz para diversos projetos e fez bastante sucesso com o projeto ANNERLEY com a música Two Times. E não se esqueça de compartilhar esse conteúdo, deixar seu like, se inscrever no canal e acionar as notificações para ficar sabendo das novidades do Som do K7. E não se esqueça de acionar a legenda. Senta que lá vem história!
O Som do K7.
Hi, how are you? What a lovely smile.
I'm in heaven now.
I've been so busy. I'm so, I've been doing 20-hour days for the past week, and it's like, okay. So it's good to have somebody smiling at me.
Thank you very much to accept this interview. It's the first international interview to our channel. And let's start. ANNERLEY, you been born in England, right? Did your career started there or in Italy? And what made you move to Italy?
Well, I came here for a holiday because my friend said, I was looking for a job. I didn't have any kind of job. So I thought it's time to get a job. Okay, I had been living on my own for 3 or 4 years. So I thought it's time, because I used to work with voluntary theatre, which was fantastic.
Oh.
And it taught me a lot about transmission and don't turn your back on the audience. No, Then I came here with a friend of mine for a holiday. And after kind of people said, oh, you sing all right. Me? I always used to sing in the bathroom, with the tiles. Do you sing in the bathroom? You shut the door with the key, right? And the tiles mix your voice perfectly.
Yes.
Like, oh, everything sounds good here. And I used to sing in the bathroom. But no, I started to sing when I came to Italy. Because the real reason, the main reason was that I have an archive here. I knew every kind of song, and I used to be able to recall the song all the time. And so they said, oh, come to the studio, you can do some songs. Okay, but we have a very small budget, because I started doing cover songs, back in the days. And it was cheaper, because I could do 5 songs in one morning and have no problem with pronunciation. So first take, okay, next one, and next one, and next one. It was great training, really, really, really good. I was very lucky.
Which the first song that you record? Do you remember?
Oh, now then. There was a song, it was called The Mighty Quinn. Or it was called Baby Rescue Me by The Mighty Quinn. Rescue me! Just one vinyl. I don't remember it very much, but I heard it the other day, and I had the guy watching me who played it to me, and he was watching my expression. I was going, oh my God, oh, first time and stuff, and I'm singing and not technically good at all, but it was a good learning curve. I learned a lot while I was singing.
In 1991?
Yeah, 1991, yeah.
1991, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have been lending your voice to a great number of songs and projects. Have you been listening down how many tracks you have recorded during your career? You have listened somewhere, do you know how many songs?
No, I don't remember. I did a lot, but I do remember that one month I kept a kind of diary just for 1 month, because I thought, I'm doing a lot of records here. It's very weird, And so I remember it was a January. I don't remember the year, but I remember it was January. And every day I worked, I made 31 records in January.
My God.
But it's brilliant because every time they called me, or every time I was called, it was do this voice, you have to really listen. And it was very good training, very good training. They say, you know, sometimes they say, we were lucky to have you. No, I was lucky to have you because I could work on my voice, you know. Because if you remember back in the day, there were no talent shows. They've got some great talent shows now, The Voice, X Factor, these kind of things. But there were no talent shows then. You had to, they say to me Italian, fare gavetta, which means you have to work, roll up your sleeves and go do it, you know. If they want you at 7 o'clock in the morning, you go at 7 o'clock in the morning. You know? It taught me a lot. It did.
And what do you prefer? Be on stage or be on the backstage recording in studio?
I love to record in the sense that it's that's when I work with the right people, I can be very creative. And on stage, I have to tell you, I'm very shy. So when I go on stage, very shy. Also because because I'm not the classical beauty, tall, thin, lots of hair, photogenic, legs up to my throat, this kind of thing. So I know that I'm not, you know, I have to work hard with the audience because I don't have that natural. So I think, okay, right, I need to throw myself into this, you know, and so you have to. At first it was facing it, you know, going on stage, but then it was, oh yeah, glass of wine on stage, let's have a good time. It can be very frightening, you know?
I mean, and you moved to Italy? Your family moved too, or stay in English?
Yes, I stayed in England. I'm the only one. I'm one of 7 children, and I'm the only one who moved out.
And there's other members of your family that used to sing like you?
Just me. And anybody can sing. I told you, you know, the bathroom really helps you.
Okay.
My dad used to have a good voice. He was very much into classical music, so this kind of thing. But I can't do that. I can't do that. But I'm the only one that's followed it as a career. Yeah.
Oh, good. Singers, band have influenced you in your career, that influence you to sing, to compose?
For singing, I've always liked singing, even though I didn't start it as a job. I used to listen to, are you ready? You would never imagine. I listened to Lou Rawls.
Lou Rawls.
Lou Rawls, Nat King Cole, because I love his voice. I used to like to go to for real rich tones and control and breathing. One of my favorite albums when I was little was an album from Barbra Streisand, but then, you know, okay, we have to, you know, go with the times. And then I like some pieces. I like to be melodic, so I like the big voices. Thinking, oh, I wish I could do that, you know. I love Howard Jones, and when I was touring, we were in at an awards concert in Germany. So I used to get my makeup done and get myself dressed as fast as I could because I wanted to see who was on the list. Oh, this. Oh, wow, Howard Jones. Can I go and say hello? I thought, maybe he will shut the door on me like a lot of artists. And I went there, and he was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to name drop Howard Jones. Amazing guy, so friendly, so very friendly, and talented as well, obviously. Yeah. When doing the streaming, which incidentally we've had a really good time doing the live streaming.
I watch it. Perfect.
Yeah. Did you? Oh, brilliant! Thank you.
I dance in my room. I love it.
Sometimes I danced as well. But I noticed that I have a lot of friends in Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
Messages, and I thought, okay, I want to know what the scene is in Brazil at the moment, right? And I discovered this guy. What's his name? Pablo Vittar. Is
Pablo Vittar? Yes.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. and I discovered he was the first drag queen to be
Yes.
nominated for the Grammy. He's very photogenic. I'm jealous.
Yes.
There are a couple of songs that Amor de Que, but the other one, his biggest hit, what was it? Corpo Sensual
Yeah,
for Pablo Vittar?
yes. There's a new one. It's something like gospel music.
Do you know the title? I want to write it down because I want to go see. Do you know the title of the song?
Rajadão. Rajadão.
Okay. Is that with an H? Hi.
Rajadao. Rajadão.
I'm going to go and look for that afterwards.
Do you never visit Brazil? Do you never be in Brazil before?
No.
Never.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, but also, did you see the streaming when I had Regina on? My friend Regina.
Yes, Regina.
Fantastic. I can say, oh, I've got Regina's phone number.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another name.
and I was looking for some information about Regina, and I discovered that Day by Day was composed by Natalie, and you composed Rhythm of the Night.
I know you want to say it. This is the rhythm of the night.
That was a kind of experiment. They say, do you want to give a handwriting the lyrics? I said, yeah, okay. And it just worked out pretty well. You know?
Yes, Olga is Brazilian too. Is your friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never worked with her yet, but I'd like to meet her. You know, we do the 90s evenings, and they're always very popular. And artists come and they go. And I say, oh, Reggie, you know, she's there. Olga's coming. Okay, will I see her? No, I have to go. And then 5 minutes later, she's on. I never see her. It's crazy.
Oh my God, crazy.
But maybe one day I hope to meet her. You know.
Yeah. So she's
very popular.
Yes, it's very popular in Europe, in Brazil too. And what was the inspiration to write Rhythm of the Night?
Because I was feeling so flattered that they asked me, you know, to write something. And we didn't think that it would explode like this, you know. And Theo and Tempi and all the other musicians, we were saying, just imagine if this works. Yeah, we might sell something, might get somewhere. And then it just went boom. And I was very, very flattered to be asked. And I think the excitement and the feeling, you know, this is a real, it was just came, you know. And I was, what can I say? You know, because then we saw the results afterwards. It's amazing. And of course now with the Black Eyed Peas, they have they've redone it. And,
Return to the top.
Yeah, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the version of Black Eyed Peas, or do you like the original?
I prefer the original. I really want to hear someday, to listen someday, you singing Rhythm of the Night. Why don't you release it?
It needs a very powerful voice. My voice is too white. Can I say white? My voice is too white for that. I think it needs a really full, powerful voice to do that song. Because then, you know, I think I'd better do Annely. You know?
Do you never sing it live? Oh my God.
No, because when I heard Olga sing, I thought, no, I can't do this. No, I'm gonna shut my mouth, you know. When they say put feeling into it, I say, yeah, just a little, but no. It's not for me.
Not for you. And
not for me. I would like to do it. But I would never be able to do it as well as Olga, so I leave it.
Yes, you can do a different version or acoustic version, something like that. Who knows in the future? But it's a strong song. It's a strong melody, strong lyric too.
So many records that have been, so many songs from the 90s that have been redone. There's a new rap song, Italian rap song, out at the moment, and I really love it because it includes a lot of Robert Miles' Children.
No, 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 questa notte ci cambia. No, 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 no.
And it seems that the 90s music never ever goes because it's always recalled in some way, you know.
It was a magical time in the club and the radio, and especially the vinyl is returning.
Oh, I hope so.
I love this way to listen music.
Nothing compares. Also because vinyl is
Nothing
big,
compares.
you know, and you have colors and you have a vinyl cover and you could see the credits and
yes, I love it.
Nothing like that.
And do you have a big collection of your release of albums?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, do you want to see something?
Yes.
Tell me what you want. Let me see. You give me a song. I see if I have it because I don't hear.
T8 Express. You have?
No. I don't have that one. I don't have that one. Wait a minute. Wait. This one?
Yes, yes, yes. Rhythm.
Yeah. Okay. This one? Sister Golden Hair?
Yes, yes. And Donna. Do you have Donna?
Donna. I have. Where is it? Just 1 minute.
Okay. Oh, Donna. Was your first record? Release it? Not.
No.
With your name, with your real name.
Wait. Then you haven't seen this one. Let me see where it is. I'm coming. Look what I found. Mighty Quinn Records. This is the first thing, but I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to get my first big one. Found it. Are you ready?
Yes. Oh my God! It's the first one.
Yeah. Can you see?
Yes, yes, I can see.
Touch me, baby. Why can't you see I'm burning up? Oh, I wanna be a sexy toy.
And then where is it? Oh, here it is.
Oh yes, Sexy Boy, Sexy Toy. It's the first one.
Sexy toy.
19.
Look at that photo. Amazing.
It's perfect, girl. Do you never listen it before? It's safe place.
Oh, it is in a safe place, yes. Because
it's perfect quality.
I put them all. If I want to listen to the songs, I put them all in a catalogue, so I don't need to get out the vinyl because I know that vinyl is pretty delicate, and if I break it,
yes,
I have CDs of these songs, some of them. I don't know where they are because afterwards I moved house, so things got lost,
yes.
you know.
Oh my God! Your first album released was Dreams. Dreams. There's a huge success all over the world. A lot of places was released, a lot of countries, especially in Brazil. Two times. Talk about this single.
2 times. 3 times.
You know, working with so many amazing voices and amazing artists, and I thought, well, I want to try. Why can't let me try? But I wanted to have a particular voice, you know, and that because it's a little different from the big power kind of stuff. And So I thought, well, let's try, you know, and it was quite nice actually to have a small melodic voice, you know, with high notes. And I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed writing the album. It was very creative.
Do you travel around the world? Do you do some concerts? It was hard to you to combine studio where you used to work and on stage.
Yeah, you have to be very careful, and you have to program everything, because obviously maybe people want you in the same, you know, 3 places at the same time, and it's very hard, you know. So I had to program things, obviously. I was on tour for 2 years.
2 years.
You know, yeah. Obviously, I came home sometimes, but it was the best time to do it, because I was building a house, so I needed to pay for the house. Yeah. My son my son was born sometime later, so I was free. You know, I didn't have any kind of home responsibility. I just went wherever it took me, you know. And I always used to say, how lovely to see the world, and somebody else pays my plane tickets.
Okay. And when your son came, change something in your life, especially in your career, studio and records and tours?
Through the years, when you write for people and you see them have a lot of success, and it's amazing, and it taught me a lot how to manage success in the sense that I live in a small village. So I come home afterwards, I park my car, I go for a coffee, and I sit around in a pair of jeans, and it's all completely normal. I was lucky, you know. They said, oh, why don't you live in the city? No, because I like the difference, you know. I come here and it's peaceful, and then I can go to the studio and then come back home, and I can go and on tour and then come back home. And it was very important for me to have the contrast, you know. It kept me sane, more or less.
Okay, it's a quiet life.
I think it's important, you know. Even it's like, if you have always a quiet life, it's important to go where there are people and noise and energy, to understand that both sides are very, very important, you know.
Okay, back to the 90s. Do you lend your voice to a lot of projects, especially T8 Express? I'm on your side. Popo, hey, Popo, hey. I love this music. It plays a lot in Brazil.
With Sci-Fam. The Sci-Fam
Yes.
group did a lot of amazing stuff. They gave me a lot of opportunities.
There's one, especially one record in the 90s that, oh my God, I love this song. It means a lot to me. It paid my bills. It was a huge success. There's one that have a place in your heart. One you can choose.
I think maybe it was during because when I decided to do ANNERLEY, there was a little transition first. Okay, there was like a tryout, and I started to sing with a girl from Cologne. Okay, and the group was Ali and Joe.
Oh,
Have you heard Ali and Joe?
yes.
I wrote that song "Holding You," and this
Holding You
mix
is
came out
perfect.
was just fantastic, and I love that. Holding you, and I
Perfect.
really like that. Yeah, apart from also obviously "Rhythm of the Night," which is very special to me, very special. But also I love that song "Holding You."
Holding You, Ali Joe. Play a lot in Brazil, especially The Lion Sleeps Night. It's
Okay.
played too. Yeah. Nightlife is not for you today.
No, I love nightlife, but now I have different priority, you know.
Yes.
With my son who loves 90s music. Him and his
Oh,
friend, they really do.
good.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah.
He in the music too. He started to writing songs, sing with you.
No, but he just likes to listen. He likes to listen at high volume.
Good. It's good. You always on Facebook, especially with streaming with other girls,
Mhm.
sing it live and give a chance to your fans sing with you. It's perfect. This idea to do this stream and to do this live videos came in the pandemic time.
Yeah, it came with the pandemic because Italy was hit very hard, as Brazil is now, unfortunately. And
Yes.
I had some concerts to do during the summer. You know, I had a few in Spain, and I was off to Mexico, and things were starting to roll again. And then everything just went boom, nothing. I thought, I can't hide away, you know, because like all my other colleagues, they did streaming, and they're with their fans, and I thought I must do this. And the first time I was, ooh, will it be okay? And I had some amazing people to help me. You know, I have a list here. I have a list here of all the girls or all the people who came on my shows. Right, I have Neja, Danny, Betty Benassi.
Danny.
Yay! Sandy Chambers,
Perfect.
Regina,
Regina.
Simone J.
Simone J. I love this girl.
Yeah, Melody. You remember Melody? Fantastic. Domino. Then Kim and Natalie, who are amazing people. They're always so available and they help me so much. It's amazing. And then I had Davide Riva on the show as well, which is great.
Yes.
And Marcello from Holland. He has a radio, and we've become friends over the years. And Giancarlo Pasquini, high energy, amazing producer. And we had an evening with posthumously Albert One. You remember
Yes.
Albert One? And we played his record, and it was a bit sad, but it was good.
We're face to face, 'cause it's over now and done. We're face to face.
Who's the next to enjoy?
The next person,
Yes, we want to invite it to
everybody. Why don't you come?
My Dream. And the last release that you have recorded was Happy Birthday.
No, I've done. It's only Eurobeat, but I like it. But I like it, yeah.
It's only Eurobeat, it's only Eurobeat. I like it, I like it, yeah.
With a bit of high energy. And when I did that at the end of February, and it was released a couple of months ago. So but I'm working on some other things which I can't say much about at the moment. But,
Oh my God.
yeah, there's something, some surprises.
Sunday was perfect.
It was superb. The girls were so relaxed, and they helped me a lot as well, because they have their own things, they have their own stuff. I have to be okay with this, But they're so hospitable. I've known Kim for a long time, and I've known Natalie for a long time as a colleague. But she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. Of course, they have great voices as well. So
Easy done, done, but give me more. 2 times, more. 3 times, ooh, 2 times.
Do you feel more Italian, or do you never forget your roots? You used to drink a cup of tea?
no,
No.
I have a coffee.
Yes.
No, I never forget my roots ever. But I think I'm half 50% English and 50% Italian now. Can I say that?
Yes.
Because I'm working, and this is my life here in Italy. I love to go to England. I love to watch or read English books. I always like to read in English. Of course, writing in English and
Okay.
teaching English sometimes, you know.
And it's near too. You can go to visit your friends, your family. It's so near. It's so close.
I was born in Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Yeah, Sheffield. The great names came from Sheffield, like Joe Cocker,
Yes.
the Human League. You remember the Human
Oh,
League?
Human League. Yes, I remember. Human League is Don't You
Don't you want
Want
me,
Me, baby? Don't you
Yeah.
want me? Oh. Don't you want me?
And also there was ABC, Soft Cell, Mark Almond,
Oh, some
Yeah. Def
Yes.
Leppard. Yeah.
Def Leppard too. My God.
Yeah.
A lot
yeah.
of big bands came out from
Yeah.
your city.
The food is better in Italy.
Pasta, pizza.
No, what also the Mediterranean diet. And the vegetables here are just
The
fantastic.
wine. I love wine.
The wine, of course. What's your
Wine.
color? What do you got? Do you like red or do you like white?
I love white. I
Yeah?
love white. Yes, I think
Prosecco.
Yes, Prosecco is good. I love.
When I meet you then, when I come over and I meet you, I will bring you a bottle of Prosecco.
Oh my God.
Let me write
Will
that
I?
down. Prosecco for Eric. Prosecco for Eric. Annely, I'm coming to Italy. Where are you coming? We meet up. We have a glass of cheers, Prosecco.
Good.
What do you
good.
say?
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yes, in 19, I think your voice reach every point of this word. It's a global voice.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of person know your voice, but don't know that is your voice because you sing a lot of records.
I like to work behind the scenes as well.
It's
You know,
good.
to see the things in progress, and sometimes, you know, I say, oh, I can't go on tour for 2 years anymore. You know, I have my kid who's a priority, and at a certain point, you know, I wanted to have a child, so I'm okay. So you put this on one side, and you dedicate to your child or to something else. You give it 100%, and then you go back, and it's always fresh, and it's always nice.
If your son talk to you, I want to sing, I want to be an artist, I want to record album. What do we
What
do?
would I say? Well, I would say, you do know that it's hard work. Okay, when you are in newspapers, when you're on stage, when people ask for your autograph, that's only the tip of the iceberg, because underneath it's a lot of work, and I want to see how he does it.
Yes, I love your records. I think we have to create an ANNERLEY GORDON museum.
What's that? A museum.
Museum.
Wow, a tribute. But what, with clothes like Marilyn Monroe?
Yes.
No.
Put your records on the wall, your clothes, and everything that you gave to us. Who knows? In the future, we create this museum.
It'd be very small. It'd be one room, only one room.
Where I can find ANNERLEY GORDON.
Well, there is the Facebook page called ANNERLEY Music, where anything new that happens, or I post it on there. At the moment, I'm taking a short break from streaming because I need to start working on recording and etc. But anything new, that I will post it on there, and also obviously ANNERLEY Music on Instagram. So it's all the normal social places. So ANNERLEY Music will be just fine. I will keep you all informed. I will write all my information there.
Okay. Can you leave a message for all your friends?
All my friends, that is a good word. They're not fans, they're friends.
Yes.
Because all the streaming that we've been, they've become friends. It's amazing. I made a lot of friends with the streaming, didn't I? Yeah, well, I just wanted to say thank you for joining me and joining us all of these through all of these evenings. They've been absolutely brilliant, and I just hope to see you all sometime. You know, get through this and Brazil, you are so strong, you will get through it, definitely. And then I'll be in Brazil. I want to come to Brazil.
Please
Right?
come to
You
Brazil.
have me? Yes.
And
Okay.
can you sing a part of Two Times for us to finish
Two
with the chave de ouro, golden key, to close the door with a golden key?
I want to play you something first. Can I? I'll give you
Yes.
something. I want to see if maybe you know this. I don't know if you do. Let me see.
I know pretty well.
Alright! You have to sing with me, okay? Huh?
We try.
Okay.
Oh, 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 oh. Trying to baby, you got run for cover. Oh, baby, I died trying to save me what I feel inside. I don't want to mind taking me high. No one to blame because I'm on the side. Oh, 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 pom pom, hey, hey, pom pom, hey, pom pom. My English is made to make to run the same. Shout the same that I make. Release straight to the handling the day. Can I send the down to the business? Handling the late and pom pom. You gotta do that pom pom. You gotta do that pom pom. Pom pom. Hey. Oh. 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 Thank you for this moment. Thank you very much.
We can fill up a stadium with "I'm on your side."
Is it strong?
Then we go with the soft one, like.
You can.
What you gonna do? Is it come the way you go? I'll never find what I'm looking for. Easy than but give me more tonight. That's right. Okay.
Thank you for this moment. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for this energy. Okay?
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
Hope and in the future we can talk again. See you.
Thank you for having me. And I
Thank you. Thank you, Mark, too. And no,
yes, thank you, Mark. Thank you. What would
Mark.
What would we do without Mark?
Mark is a lord.
He's a lord.
He's a lord.
You're a lord, Mark. Yeah, he said yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Beijos, bacios, kisses. See you. Tchau.
Bye.
Tchau.
Eu gostaria de agradecer ao Felipe Beringer pelo apoio e também Lisandra, da Liz English, que ajudou na revisão da legenda desse vídeo. Caso você esteja procurando aí aulas particulares de inglês, você já tem aulas particulares de inglês via Skype para todo o Brasil e com um preço super especial para os inscritos no canal Som do K7. Eu vou deixar na descrição o link da Liz English e entre em contato, hein? Se você gostou, deixa seu like, compartilhe o vídeo, se inscreva no canal e acione as notificações. Eu fico por aqui, até o próximo vídeo do canal O Som do K7.